literally single-handedly to get it running again. And so we had 4 or 5 years of running this tank at all the shows. When you see the real StuG against the 432 StuG, it's a heck of a difference. The most obvious difference is there's 6 wheels on either side of the StuG, and there's only 5 wheels on either side of the Lucky Lad. But the beauty, believe it or not, even though the driver is down inside that hole, so you can't see it, you can't see anything, you can actually see quite well. Once you get used to that vehicle, it grows on you like a skin. And we used to have to drive it to our barn, and it meant a mile driving and 2 or 3 right-hand bends, and then into the barn. And I used to do it by myself, nobody steering, nobody helping me. Easy peasy, just lovely pieces of kit. Lovely pieces of kit. And there's quite a lot still in the existence. There's at least 100 of these StuGs around the world. Probably, apart from the Allied vehicles, it's probably the most numerous German vehicle of the Second World War. Now the C-15TA, which is going past our commentary point at the moment, this is a Canadian vehicle. It's an armoured vehicle, but the roof is canvas. So you've got to say to yourself, well, whose idea was it to build an armoured vehicle, but that's a canvas roof? But anyway, ours is not the reason why. Ours is the wind control panel, that's the food. So our StuG III, off she goes. It looks really good. If you didn't know your StuGs, you would, that is a really nice reproduction vehicle. Very good indeed. Now another vehicle dear to my heart and driven, well, no, it's not driven by, but this belongs to John Pearson. And in 1984 there was a sale in the West Midlands, and in that sale there was 2 tanks, Valentine tanks. This Valentine tank, one of the rarest, and it's not the rarest armoured vehicle in the world, and the other Valentine tank, which I bought. I bought the other tank because it looked prettier than this one did, but what I didn't know was the turret of this tank had been cut off and was cut up into pieces, and John managed to rescue the pieces from the scrapyard. And then 2 years later, suddenly it appeared on the scene. There was John in this tank, with its gun and with its turret all welded together. But the most important thing about this tank is it's a DD tank, which stands for duplex drive. Now there's a Hungarian guy called Strausler, and he had the idea of taking a drive off the rear axle out through the back of the tank to a propeller. And if you can see on that tank, I'm not sure whether it's got 1 or 2 propellers, I think it's got 1. And then all around the tank there's a screen, and that screen, if it looks like canvas, that's exactly what it is. It's a canvas screen, and it's full of hollow rubber tube. To go in the water, you blow the rubber tube, put air into the rubber tube, the canvas sides rise up because they're lifted by the rubber tube, and then off you go down the landing craft into the water. Quite incredible.